made it to Crosby today past Liverpool, and I was rushing to get here for the tide to be out so I could see the Anthony Gormley installation of Another Place. And they're amazing. What they represent is the will and desire for another place. And the artist Anthony Gormley said of these statues that it was a poetic response to that issue of immigration, the sadness at leaving, but the hope of looking at somewhere new. Perhaps I've always wanted to find a new place or another place, find myself somewhere different. I don't know. I can't admit to understanding what it must be like to thinking about immigration or fleeing a country or leaving it or setting up somewhere new completely. It's really quite hard for any of us to imagine what it must be like to be faced with the idea of emigration, but not just as a choice, but as a necessity, perhaps from a war-torn country, perhaps from persecution, becoming a refugee from your own land. There's nothing new, you know. These statues have been here for over a decade now, which is amazing, and they've really made this space their own. This beach has been overtaken by them. But as humans, we've always looked to the horizon. We've always thought about what's out there. If we didn't, we wouldn't be the civilization we are now. But the thing is, we've sort of lost a bit of that, and we've started becoming very inward because we run around in these circles of modern life. We get trapped into work, bills, homes, mortgages, cars, etc. It doesn't leave us much room for creativity. It limits us. And I wonder what would happen if more of us stood on the beach and looked out at the horizon for a day. I think these statues here, they're made out of cast iron, and they'll last for a very long time. They'll be here longer than you or I. And the great thing about them is the salt water and the sea will gently corrode them over time. And I suppose that's reflective of human frailty and how we degrade. I just sometimes wonder why we do the things we do as human beings. Why do we do all that work? Why do we feel secure knowing that we're getting a paycheck at the end of every month? Why do we spend more time with people we work with than the people we love? What are we doing in life? What is life and how long does it last? It doesn't go on forever. And I think the other thing for me is I'm standing here looking at these amazing things and I'm wandering up and down this flat sand beach. The tide's now starting to come in and they make me think and they make me question, who are we in this space? There's a real intrinsic human value in every space. And I spend so much time alone, but who are we as human beings? Where are we going? They're looking at where are they going? What are we doing? I think very often a lot of my friends and family think that I'm running away from something and that I've been doing that all my life. But actually it's never been that. I'm always running towards something. I might not know what that something is, but it's got to be out there somewhere and it's got to be worth finding. But I think I can understand that very human desire to not feel hemmed in, to not feel trapped, to have the freedom to wander like I've done. I think of myself as pretty lucky every day, but this sort of resonated with me and I have a lot of time to think on my own, as you know that. And just that hopeless despair to the point where you have to look at the sea and wander into it in the hope that you'll find somewhere better.